How powerful is your influence? Do you even have influence? Do you have good energy? Do you know what good energy is outside of laughing, joking? Do you even know what it takes to have power of influence? Not just be influential in your relationship, but you hold a power to your influence. Do you have a clue what it takes to be influential? Do you even care? Like I said in my previous video, most people care about how the other person treats them, how influential they are to them. They look for this person to bring out the best in them. They don't bring out the best in themselves. They look for another person to bring out the best in them, which is the worst thing you could ever do, because you're basing how you live your life day to day based off of how somebody else treats you. Why? Why does another person determine how you move, how you act, how you think, how you feel? How good you are to them is based on how they move. Can't do that. You have to be influential, and your influential, your power and energy has to come from within. That got to come from a space where no matter good or bad, no matter whether cheating or not, this person knows that dealing with me, I'm unforgettable. I'm undeniable. You can't deny me. I mean, you may not want to be with me. You may not know how to treat me right. You may not know how to act. But at the end of the day, every time you think about me, you're going to think about all those influential things that I used to do in that relationship. All those influential things that when you think about the next person that you're dealing with, boy, this person that I'm with, boy, they didn't do what he did. They didn't do what she did, man. I got to get her back. Or at least I just got to have a piece of that person. I just got to talk to them. I just got to check on them, see how they doing. What's up, big head? What's going on? Like, make a person miss you. Make a person know that they ruined and that they ruined what you had, that they messed up. Like, be influential. What's these influential things that I'm talking about? Well, when you go around family members, are you welcoming? Do you speak up? Man, do you put bass in your voice and introduce yourself to the mother and to the father? Do you show respect and honor? You know, and then after you get into the relationship, do you go by and you check on the parents? Do you go by and cut her auntie grass or cut her grandma grass or something like that? Are you the type of person that your energy is undeniable, that you are unforgettable, that you are worthy of praise genuinely? Or do you just want the praise because you think you look good? Because you a fun time? Women, do you do anything that's unforgettable? When his family members come over, if they ever come over and y'all live together, do you cook? Do you ask, do anybody want anything to drink or anything like that? Do you show a good report of yourself? How do you move? Men, if you take a woman, your girlfriend and her sister out, do you pay for the meal for everybody? Do you have a good report? Do you do anything that sets you apart? Because the crazy part about relationships these days, that they are so trash, or they are so mediocre, that it's easy to set yourself apart and stand out of the crowd. I would say it's a great time to be a provider, or it's a great time to be a cooking and cleaning type of woman. It's a great time to be respectful and soft-spoken as a woman. It's a good time to be bold and to be dominant in a loving way as a man, because most people are just going with the flow in relationships. They're not influential. They don't influence anything out here. They don't even know half of what they're doing. They just with the person. They walk in the house, barely speak to the family members, sit down in the corner, and they don't talk for the rest of the time. And then when they do speak up, they only speak when they're spoken to. As a man, you should know that your energy means a lot. As a woman, you should know that your energy means a lot. You are important, but you don't hold any importance to yourself. So how can you be influential? Do you ever take your woman to places that she's never been? Do you ever pick her brain to see if she's been to certain places? And then when you go to those places, how do you behave? How is your energy? Like I said before, being influential comes from the heart. It comes from having a peace of mind that is not the norm when dating somebody, when dealing with somebody. You have to go and exert your influence in a way that it is worthy of respect. It is worthy of honor. Forget fun. Forget exciting. Be fun and be exciting, but know that there's a time and a place for that. Be influential. Be unforgettable and have great energy. I talk my hands too. You know, if y'all was wondering why I move my hands so much, I always talk my hands. But you have to be out here making sure that every person you date, once you figure it out, once you figure this out, you have to make sure every person you date, everybody that you're with, knows that dating him, dating her, boy, he had him a good one. She had her a good man, and she messed that up. I don't care who you are. Once you learn these things, you have to be unforgettable, even in the bedroom, especially men. When you have to learn as a man that when you first start sleeping around with women, first is for you, because you got to get that out your system. Like you're dying to get some sex, you're dying to get some pussy from a woman, and then after that, you try to do it for them. And then when you start doing it for them, it allows you to start learning your woman's body. You have practice sessions. It's great to have practice sessions also, but you have practice sessions where you try to learn her body. You learn what makes her tick. You learn by also sleeping with her. She like being bit on her neck. She like being grabbing her feet, and I can go deep on this, but and then after that, after learning to do it for her, then you go back and then you do it for yourself again. And then once you're doing it for yourself, you can please her and yourself even better, because you are using the power of influence. You are using the power of good energy. You can't forget me. I'm undeniable. Baby, you're going to always remember being with me. Influence. Women, do you try to learn the best meals to cook? So that way, when that person walk out that door and that man get tempted to speak to another woman, he know he got a good woman at home. Are you always fussing and complaining? Are you always whining and crying? Are you always talking some trash and you always got a bad attitude, and you always being sarcastic, and you always being just all out of character, messing up the good energy? Sometimes you have to follow what they call the representative. Most people's representative, they acting good in the beginning, and then they flip, and then they turn into themselves. Sometimes you have to be that great character at all times, or to always enter into that state of character at all times, that I am giving you the honeymoon forever. With me is like a movie at all times. With me is like the best thing that you could ever have at all times. Tap into that, because you're influential. When that person always thinks of you, they always think of good times, because you give more good times than bad times. But this is hard for people, because people don't know how to move day to day. And like I say, they don't have a lot of options that come with them day to day. So if you lack in options with yourself, that you don't go out and do things, you're not a good time to yourself. You're not a good person to yourself. You're not a great time to yourself. You're not even a good energy to yourself. How can you be in a relationship? How can you be in a relationship when you don't have a great relationship with yourself? Be influential with yourself. Go places and do things. Be exciting. Be dynamic. Be fun. Be loving. Be outgoing. Be outspoken. Be bold. Try things out. Speak to people when you go in certain places so that you can be a people person. Be a great time. So that now in your relationship, whether it goes good or bad, because I'm not talking about whether the relationship goes good or bad, or whether the person is going to do you right or wrong. Just that your influence of being a great time gives you a good report, so that if that person goes out and messes up and leaves you, and then you two are no longer together, well, her homegirls know it. Her homegirls, when they speak about y'all breakup, say she lost a good man. Yeah, they had their problems. Her family, her mother, her father, they're always going to rock with their child. But at the end of the day, they know that it just wasn't all you. Same thing with the woman. Her mama know that it just wasn't all her. My son messed that up because he had a good one now. The girl wasn't all bad. Good influence, good report, good reputation. Don't ruin your reputation because somebody else messes up. Always be that person that's unforgettable, undeniable. You know I was good to you. You know I was that person. You know I was that one that loved you. You know you can't speak ill of me. I'm just giving y'all some time to think about everything I said. Dwell on it. Dwell on it. Are you of good influence? Do you have good energy? Are you lovable? Are you undeniable? What can they say of you? What can you say of yourself? Forget what other people say. What do you know of yourself that says, when I come to the table, when I show up, I show up. I show up, bruh. When I show up, when I make love, when I take you out, day to day, when things go on, I don't give you no stress. I don't hunt behind you and give you no stress and say where you at, where you going, what you doing when you coming back home. I don't do nothing like that. I give you all the space in the world to be you. Day to day energy, day to day good energy and good report, day to day good influence. I leave you all the room in the world to be you, because I'm going to be me, and I'm loving. I don't stress you out. I don't cause you problems. I don't give you headaches. I don't give you bullshit. I give you love. I give you honor. When I take you out, don't I treat you great? Don't I open up doors for you? Don't I walk you down the aisle? Don't I walk you to your seat and pull out your chair? Don't I know how to chill and be cool? Holidays come up, we go out of town or something. Don't I know how to be relaxed and kick back? Don't I know how to smoke weed if you want to smoke weed? Do I know how to get drunk and party with you and stuff like that? Do I know how to honor your mother? Go out there and speak to your father with respect? Don't I check up on your people? Don't I check up on my people? Don't you see me move properly? Don't you see me move in a manner that's worthy of honor and respect? I'm a good time. I'm a good vibe. That's being a good vibe. Some people just like to get high and like to smoke weed when I say get high and kick back and talk about they're a good vibe just because they know how to chill. That ain't a good vibe. You're a good time. You're not a good vibe. A good vibe is being well-rounded. A good vibe is being well-rounded. Having it all together. Influence. If you're not a good influence, you're not a good person to date. If you don't have good energy and good influence, you're not unforgettable. You're forgettable. You're regrettable. Just giving you time to think. Think about yourself. Not in a selfish way, but in a way that's giving. Think about yourself in a way that moves mountains, that moves people. Be influential. And I guarantee if the person that you with can't reciprocate, can't give it back, can't move with you properly, I guarantee that when they assess the relationship, that they assess what it's like being with you, they may find out that they're not good enough for you because you did the work on yourself. Because your influence is great. It's phenomenal. Good report, baby. Be unforgettable.